Alright guys, welcome back again to another exciting one. This is Fash and I'm so excited to be here. So in this tutorial we want to take a look at how to start cleaning up our data. Don't forget, in the last tutorial we were able to understand the concept of the Panda using let's check it out. Let's check some things out concerning the introduction. We understand the concept of using JSON CSV. So we want to we understand how to analyze our data from using the head and the tail. So it's that time to start cleaning up our data. So cleaning up data means, you know, cleaning empty cells, clean wrong format, clean wrong data before you now start removing the duplicate or correlation and block plotting. But let's just dive into what we need to do. We want to work on empty cells right now. Okay, so what we're going to do right now is that let me just drag this in so that I'll be able to relate. All right, good. So what we're going to do right now is that, okay, fine, empty cells can potentially give you a wrong result when analyzing data. So when you are leaving your cells to be empty, you might end up, you know, getting the wrong result. So the best way is to figure out how you can remove cells. All right, so one way to deal with empty cells is to remove rows that contain empty cells. Like, okay, fine, if you probably see a rows that contain an empty cells, you have to remove it. This is usually okay since data sets can be very big, and removing a few rows will not have a big impact on the result. Okay, so that's that, but doesn't mean you should be removing every single row. There are a lot of ways you can manipulate, but let's just start with the basics. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is that I've successfully created a data called dirty data, so which I would like to display to you through read CSV. So I hope you still remember reading CSV. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create a new cell under this place. I'm going to say import pandas. Don't worry, we are still on the pandas topic as PD, so that's where you're seeing pandas all this while. Okay, so I'm going to probably reload it. Let's run it. It's running fine, good. Let's create a new cell under this. So what we're going to do right now is that we are going to have let me say a new let's create a new cell. Let's say df which is data frame is equals to PD. You know, PD means panda, and let's read the cell. Let's read underscore CSV. You know what it means. Okay, and let's put the data inside. So I call it dirty. Okay, dirty.csv CSV. So if you're wondering how I get my dirty.csv, it's from this place. Let me just show you right now. I have actually put it dirty.csv. You can see I've uploaded it behind the scene before I started this training. Okay, so I mean before I started this recording. All right, so what we're going to do right now is that let's load it. Now we're going to see some errors. No errors, and fine, that means the data has been successfully read. So you can decide to actually show all this data with the head, show all this data with the tails, show all this data with to string and the likes. You know what it means using to string. Okay, you still remember. All right, good. So let's use to string to actually figure out all these data. All right, okay, good. So I'm going to say what should I do? Okay, let me create a new cell, and let me just show you something before I start manipulating all this stuff. So let me say let me print df dot. So when you print df dot, you say dot to underscore string. You know what it means? That I just want you to show me every single thing in there. All right, show me all the data in there. So you can see it shows us all the data in there. Okay, fine. But if you look at all this data, you see some kind of NaN. So this is telling us that these informations are not they are not inside, but some cells are empty. Okay, so if you don't want to remove some empty cells, how can you do that? How can you do that? So it's by, I mean, let's create a new data frame. Let's just create a new cell and let's call it new data frame. So by the time I say new data frame, I'll say df dot drop NaNAUC. Just drop it. All right, so drop NA is used to actually, you know, let me run the code. Let's create a new cell and let's print it out. New underscore df, and let's run it now. Let's check it out. If you look at it, you can see all these data that are empties, all this NA, you're not seeing it there again. That means it has removed the rows. Let's say this is 28 now, so we have 27 28. All right, let's trace it from 27, 20. You can see we have 27 in there. Instead of you to see 28, it jumps to 29. It has removed the entire row. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So if you look at this, you can see we have 18. So it's going to say 17 and 19. It's going to remove the entire word. It's going to remove the entire 18. So we have 17 and 19. You can see 17 and 19. All right, so that's exactly what drop NA does. It removes the cells that are empty, remove the entire row, so that you are not going to be having any wrong results while you are analyzing your data. Just as simple as that. So you can be asking, you can be wondering why I use string to string. I use to string because to string will give me all the data, so I'll be able to trace whether what I'm doing is right or not. So another thing I would like to introduce to you right now is that let's scroll down because I actually intentionally have some kind of replace empty value. There are instances where you feel like I don't want to, like, you don't want just to let that data to be empty. Probably you just want to have you want to replace it with something. So okay, that means instead of you to drop it, you have to fill it. You know, you said drop NA, so this time you have fill NA. So okay, what am I going to do now? I'm just going to say I'm creating a new cell. I'm going to say df dot, instead of drop NA, I'm going to say fill NA. So that fill NA will do me something. Let me say I want to fill the entire data with maybe 600, or let me say 140. Okay, you know, I'm filling it with 140 right now, but I need to ensure that it is in place. The in place is what's true. This is exactly how to do that. If you don't put this, you might be encountering some challenges. So df, if you're wondering how I actually get my ds is gotten through the first thing we did in there. All right, so that is what we're using now. So we now said fill the empty space with what? 140. Okay, I need to put this thing in a variable so that I can easily call that variable. I will call it new df2. I'll say new df2 so that it's going to be easy for me to call. All right, so let me run it, and I'm creating a new cell right now. Let me create a new cell under it. I'm going to say okay, print. I'm going to say new underscore df2. All right, by the time I do that, let's run the code. Okay, something is going on. What happened? All right, you know what, I think I've experienced this before. All right, let's just run it like that. Let's run it like that. What's going on? All right, so what I did right now is that I just decided to, you know, print that df. It's still seeing it as df, so you don't need to put it inside another variable. You know, we say 140, and when you scroll up, let me show you something. When you scroll up before using the normal, let's trace 22 will now be what? 140. You can see 22 will now have 140. So all the empty places, you are going to see 140 inside of all of them. So that's exactly what it means. Okay, so another thing I would like to explain right in there is that replace only for specific column. If you look at this, you notice that anywhere it sees an empty cell, it's just going to input 140. But many times you might decide to okay, fine, I want to specify. So when you are specifying a column, so you need to let us know the name of the column first before you set the value. All right, good. So what we're going to do right now is that we're going to say, okay guys, I want to set the value, and how am I going to do that? Okay, let me show you right now in a jiffy. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is that instead of you to say okay, let's create a new cell, so it's going to be very easy for us. So I'll just have to copy what is at the top, and I will just show you how to do that. Okay, I'm copying this one, and I'm going to say okay, I'm scrolling down, I'm posting it. So here I'm going to have a square bracket. All right, a square bracket. So this square bracket is telling us that okay, fine, here I want to say what is the column I want to work on. Let me scroll up. I want to work on calories. So if I'm working on calories, ensure that you copy the calories name like this so that you're not going to be having issues. Just scroll down. All right, just scroll down and paste that calorie inside of this place. So by the time you say specify this, it's specifying the calories. So I want to say calories to be what? Just 50. So anytime we see an empty cell inside the calorie, it's going to replace it with 50. Okay, so let's run the code and let's see what is going to happen. I'm creating a new cell and I'm going to say print df. You will see that by the time you trace all the empty spaces inside the calories, is going to change it entirely to what? 50. Okay, df. So let's check it out. This is awesome. So I'm running it right now. Whatever it sees an empty space is going to put what, 50. Okay, fine. I don't know. Okay, the reason why you are not experiencing it like that is because it has already sees that thing as not empty. Had it been we are recalling it from the top, it's going to replace the entire column with what, 50 calories with 50. Okay, so that is that on that. You can try to work around it. That is exactly what you're going to see if you're having an empty space. Sorry, let me scroll down. What's going on? All right, okay. All right, so had it been this thing is not seen as empty, let me just delete it so that you understand what I'm saying. All right, let me delete this, and I want to delete it. I'm deleting it, and I'm deleting this as well. And let me restart my kernel so that I'm not going to be having issues. So now if you should run this again, it's going to see it as empty cell. You understand what I'm saying? Or let me show you it's going to see df as empty cells back. So let me reload. Okay, we have errors true because okay, what's going on? df, let me delete this too. I'm cutting this right now. Let me scroll up. I just want to explain. It's because we've been running the code from the top. That's the reason. I didn't know having it in different values. Not going to be showing all this. All right. Calories. Okay, let's run. I don't know what's going on. Delete. Let me delete it first. And let me rerun the kernel. Anytime you're having issues, just restart the kernel like that. So let's scroll up. So anytime you're having these I've dropped a lot of NAs, so I need to delete it so that you understand. Let me just delete this. Okay, you understand what it means. To string, let's start from the beginning. All right, you have read the cells, you've seen the NA, so we're not dropping anything right now, we're cutting it. Okay, let's reload. All right, we are going to experience error, don't worry, we're going to fix it. Let's run it from the top. Okay, you can see. All right, so here we see NA, but let's say for instance you just want to fill that calories. Okay, like I said, you just want to fill the calories, so you're creating a new cell. Okay, creating a new cell. Let me just say creating a new cell. I'm going to say df with the calories dot fill NA. So if we are filling NA, I just want to fill it with 40, and I'm going to say in place. I'm going to separate it with comma, and I'm going to say in place equals in place equals true. So by the time you do that, let's run the code and let's figure it out. You can see. So if you now probably try to print df now, it's going to tell you that all the column has been replaced with 40 calories. You can see by the time you trace 19, you can see 18, you can see it has been replaced with 40. The reason why we're experiencing that is that we have manipulated the data too much of time, so the new manipulation is not working. All right, so that is that on that. That's exactly what I want to show you. So we can work on how to replace an empty cell with values, and how to replace a specific rows, a specific column if you are replacing it, and how to drop. If you are dropping entirely, that means you are going to use drop NA, and if you are filling, is either you fill the entire empty spaces or you specify a particular column. But there are many times where we want to replace using main media mode, and this is most commonly widely used. So the common way of replacing an empty cell is to calculate the main, the median, and the mode of the value of the column. So how can we do that? So Panda use main, median, mode functions methods to calculate the respective value for a specific column. So let me just show you something, and you understand what I'm trying to say. It's pretty easy. It's pretty much easy. All right, so what are we going to do right now is that let's dive into a new cell. So I'm going to say I'm going to say excuse me, my keyboard is acting funny. All right, I'm going to say, or let me just say instead of say, let me say import pandas as pd. So let me run it. It's running, and I'm going to say, okay, let me just use x. I'm going to say x equals what, df, and I want to say calories. So instead of me to just replace it with the value, I'll just say main. So I'll show you what it's going to do for me. You see it right now. So now let me reload it. So if I should do this, and I'm going to say df calories, I'm going to explain every single thing. Dot fill na, we're just taking calories as an instance. Fill na x, comma, in place equals true. I'm going to explain all this. So okay, and I say print df. So what this thing is going to do is that it's going to calculate everything inside the calories, and it's going to tell us, it's going to find the mean. So you know, we've gotten the mean of it. So instead of us to replace the value, we are just going to replace the mean. So if you want to do the same thing, you say median, and the same thing you say mode. So if you can do this, you will be able to get a desired result, a perfect result, the result that's going to really make more sense. So that's exactly what it means. You can find the median of it. So instead of you to place the value, you just place the median, the mode, and the mean inside of this, and in place it to be true. So whichever column you want to use, if it is date, you can find that one, the date. If it is pause, if it is impulse, you just put it in there. So, and it's going to be very easy for you to manipulate. So like I said, Panda, we can manipulate data, we can explore data, we can clean data, and we can analyze data. Don't forget the concept of ASEM, ACEM. Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. We're trying to manipulate it by finding the entire mean of a particular column, fixing it inside fill na, and in placing it to be true. And whatever column name you have it, if this one is pause, you can say pause, because the name of the but this is the name of the board. Ensure that I just copy the name board, because some names are always starting with capital letters, so I don't want you to make mistakes. So you can just do it like that. So okay, so instead of calories, just put pause. If you find the same thing, it's going to give you a desired result. So we run it, it's going to run perfectly well. You can see it's going to find the mean, median, or mode of every of the empty cell and replace it like that. So that is that on that. Hope you really enjoyed this tutorial. Okay, this is very easy. This is the best way to clean data. We have successfully done a lot in Panda. Let me show you what we've achieved. We've achieved the concept of cleaning empty cells. So in the next tutorial, we're going to see how we can work on wrong format. We're going to see how we can work on wrong data, and we're going to see how we can work on remove duplicate data and correlation and plotting. You can see we are moving forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have like 5 topics to go, and we are going to become a standard Pandas expert. Thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye.